Hello, I'm Russ Skinner. I'm a lead driver trainer for TP Trucking. We're at TP Trucking in Central Point, and in this training we'll be going over the proper securement of coiled rebar, commonly referred to as slinkies. Unlike the other three types of coil loads mentioned in this training series, there are currently no regulations in the FMCSR handbook for their securement as of spring 2024. TP Trucking follows a best practice guideline form of securement. The method of securement used for this load helps prevent all 5 directions of movement: forward, backward, left, right, and downwards. In this training, we'll utilize the following key points from the coil securement training overview. Use of general PPE such as high-vis vest, safety glasses, gloves, hard hat, and closed-toed shoes are required per TP Trucking policy. When available for use, be sure to utilize any fall protection equipment when working on the level of a flatbed trailer or above. Always know the working load limit, WLL, of your trailer anchor points and securement devices. Remember the weakest link rule. The securement system is only as strong as the lowest rated WLL. TP Trucking's best practice guideline is to secure at 80% of the aggregate WLL, plus one additional securement system. In your dispatch will be the number of coils and the weight of each coil. Use the securement formula to determine which devices are best for each coil and how many securement systems are needed for each coil. Setup. These coil loads have a somewhat similar setup as the eyes crosswise suicide coils. These are typically loaded from the center of the trailer outwards to each end and right in the middle of the trailer. They are always loaded in contact with each other, which will help prevent forward or backward movement. These loads will always be strapped. No chains or binders will be used. Some steel mills will require paper in between each coil and occasionally on the deck, which they will supply if it's needed. Recommended practice is to have the coil racks, friction mats, and 4x4 dunnage staged at each end of the trailer to use for the front and back coils. A friction mat is required to be in between the trailer deck and the coil racks in order to prevent movement of the coil racks during transit. After all coils are loaded, you will need one strap for where each of the coils contact each other, plus 4 additional straps, 2 each for the front and back coils. Space your strap winches out approximately 1 every 4 feet. This is the best practice so you can throw straps from each side of the trailer to help prevent the load from leaning to one side in transit, creating an unbalanced load. On the front and back coils, throw a strap through the coil. Next, wrap the strap over the top and back through the coil. This butterfly should be in the center of the coil. This helps prevent the coil from moving side to side and pulls downward on the coil. The front coil requires having one strap pulling backward from the bottom of the coil to help prevent forward movement. The back coil requires having one strap pulling forward from the bottom of the coil to help prevent backward movement. As previously mentioned, where the coils come into contact is where the straps will be placed for securement. While at the driver's side of the trailer, throw a strap through the back coil, return the strap through the front coil, and then pass through the back coil once more. Throughout the entirety of the strapping process, try to keep the straps centered where the coils touch. In a similar manner, while at the passenger side of the trailer, throw a strap through the front coil, return the strap through the back coil, and pass through the front coil once more. Following this process will alternate your straps, helping keep the load centered by pulling in opposite directions of the trailer. This in turn helps prevent load shift as well as assists in keeping the load balanced while in transit. All coil loads must have pictures taken before you tarp or leave the shipper and be sent to loadhelp@tptrucking.com for securement verification. Emails sent to this address are typically viewed and replied to within a 10 to 15 minute time frame. If you have any questions or concerns, please call either the Central Point, Oregon or Thompson, Georgia office. Thank you for following along on the TP Trucking Coiled Rebar training.